Hey, what's going on? I'm Dawson.
And I'm Denise.
And today we're talking about the, I guess it's a documentary or something that CNN is doing, Black in America, talking about the experiences of some black people in America, not all, but some. And I've been watching it, and it's been pretty good. You know,
and where, what location, what state are they mostly targeting?
Oh, interesting. They're going all around. I mean,
okay.
Actually, there was this is part 2. So for part 1, last year, they did hit a lot of different places. And actually, some places, there was a guy in Daytona, he's an economist. And they kind of like followed him.
And are we focusing more on the positive part, or are we focusing on the positive part?
Yeah, we're focusing
on... No, not us, I'm just saying on their documentary.
CNN. Yeah, they're focusing more on the positive and the negative experiences of some, not all, blacks in America. But, you know, when we talk about black in America, in the past recent weeks, we saw things that have happened here that have targeted black people with, you know, the Harvard professor getting arrested at his own home while he showed proof. And then people were saying his behavior was defiant or whatnot, but he still got arrested. And then the Cambridge police...
And what, they made that as an excuse?
Yeah, and then the Cambridge police saying that Obama should, you know, apologize because he said they acted stupidly, which is like, come on, come on, of course. That goes without saying. But, and also with the children, the 61 or 62 kids who wanted to swim in the swimming pool at summer camp, who were at some point denied because some of the people, the parents, were saying racial slurs.
Things of that nature, because me and you had a discussion off camera and you asked, has anything like that ever happened to me?
Yeah.
And I say no, not that I know of. And it could
because you, now explain that, because you say you don't, because I think it's because you're nonchalant, but you said you haven't experienced any kind of racism or anything.
I have the attitude like, okay, whatever. You can call me whatever you want to call me, say whatever you want to say about me. And I go on with my day. So if that was your intentions to
like
hurt me or make me feel less than what I am, it didn't work.
It sure didn't. Because you like whatever.
Whatever.
When I was back home up in Daytona, and I went to this particular
that's
place
from Miami.
Yeah, it's very different. Yeah, and I went in to get something to eat, and there were all Caucasian people around the counter, older people. And I went in to just get a cup of coffee, and then the guy who was sitting on the chair, he saw me come in, and he told the waitress, "Hey, you guys got any chicken back there?" And you know me, seriously,
I would have laughed at all.
I'm just like, you know, it's like, first of all,
did you get mad?
No, I didn't get mad, because first of all, I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat meat, so it's like, dummy. And then the second thing is like, okay, whatever.
That's why
you know, that's why I'm doing the bed, I'm doing the bed, hitting that gym. You know, so it's like, stuff like that don't even bother me. It's like, if your intentions is to, like, you know, say something, and that sometimes people have so much hurt in them that they hurt people.
Right.
You know, and the CNN special, they were talking about, especially with black men and some black people, if people have not been around you, they fear what they don't know. And if the only thing you see on television about black people is violence, that, you know, they're uneducated, they can't talk properly, they're you know, they want, you know, to steal from you and stuff like that, then you tend to leech from that, and that's in your psyche. And, you know, unbeknownst, some people, when they meet African American people, or black people rather, you know, they're like, well, you know, do you play basketball? Oh, you know, you must be a really good dancer. You know, the typical stereotypes. Or you're a rapper, or you like rap. And then when you say something like, oh yeah, I went to, like Whoopi Goldberg was talking about how her mom used to take her to the Met. She went to the opera, she did all this stuff. And people would say, oh, wow, you did that? You went there? It's like, yeah, what do you think? I'm on the same earth that you are, the same access to everything else.
But you're too tall not to play basketball.
Yeah, that's what, and stuff like you going crazy. But, you know, I mean, it's different things like that. But then in our own community, I mean, when it comes to us, you know, black people, how we take that same oppression that's on us and we spew it on other people. It's like, I was talking to a group of young guys one time, our own people. You know, when it comes to people who don't believe in Christ, when it comes to people who are Muslim, when it comes to people who happen to have, you know, different lifestyles or whatever, we take our authority, you know, I don't believe in that because you're Buddhist and the Bible said this, and we want to thump people down with that. But here's the thing, that same Bible that we quote that is so uplifting is the same thing people use to hang us after church on and saying, you know, how great thou art. Not that I'm a Christian too, but I'm saying we need to really research this and become educated before we take that same Bible principle that's been given to us and try to beat people down with. And I think y'all know what I'm talking about. We need to research it and look at pictures and see how people used to go to Sunday service and then lynch a nigga after church. I mean, it's true. It's true. And singing, you know, how faithful is God. They used to do that. And so, I mean, I think as black people, we need to become educated. We need Christianity, but you need education too. And you need Hebrew education. Not just what the Americans say about the Bible, but Hebrew education too.
But then again, that goes back to what you said. People are afraid of what they don't know.
They're afraid of what they don't know.
So they run with what they do know and beat it in the ground.
Even if it's ignorance. Even if it's ignorance. People run with what they don't know.
And then they get mad. I wasn't
Excuse me for saying nigga. I usually don't say that, but you know.
Right. Yeah. But I was brought up without a silver spoon in my mouth. I chose not to stay there.
Now you got diamonds and, you know.
Anyway, I choose not to stay there, or I chose not to stay there, and you know how I get looked at, or how that comes off like she thinks she's all
or
that.
If you talk a certain way, it's like we talked about that, and CNN talked about that. Black people who get from the projects or the urban areas and go to
show how educated they are because they feel that that's not the cool thing to do.
Exactly, but it seems to be in some areas. You know, I can say that they're getting better now with what they're showing in music videos and these reality TVs.
Hopefully with the Dawson and Denise show, how positive we are.
Yeah, but you have people like the College Hills. The kids are going to college. They're doing stuff.
But they didn't show that.
But they don't show that. But it's like, you know, it's like how much. I mean, black people want to have fun too. Of course, there are negative stereotypes out there. They're always going to be out there. But all I'm saying is just show the good part as well. Show the educated people. Show the people who did come from the project.
Show the Cosby's again with the. I mean, I know it comes on at Nick at Night.
Exactly.
But
it's like it's so much.
We have families like that.
Exactly. But how much of this psychologically does it get in people's mind when they're constantly say, oh, there are no black men in the family, all the black men are in jail, black women are doing this is it. It's like, it's psychologically, it's almost like making people set up to fail.
Even on mothers.
The venues that are out now for positive people. It's like, I don't watch television. I'm serious. What I do,
you only watch the Dawson and Denise show.
I YouTube a lot of stuff. I don't have time to like, Spike Lee had that movie, Don't Feed the Idiot Tube, you know, or whatnot. I just let the media infiltrate me with stereotypes, with what's wrong, with how we're going to die, what's coming in our food. I don't have time for that, which is why, you know, I say, you know, let me take a holistic approach in how I live my life. And that's what it comes down to. Whatever. How I live my life. Let me take a holistic approach and see what I need to do for me. Not because I heard it in church or a professor or a teacher told me or something my family members say. What can I do as a black man to lead life for myself? You know, to deprive myself away from the, you know, the negative stereotypes. What can you do to lead your life? If people think you act white, they say it about me.
And there's no need to change the frame if the picture is going to remain the same. So.
Wow, that was deep.
Oh, and see what I mean? How I get hated on even by my co-host? He thinks I'm just so dumb and
I didn't say that.
I can come out of my mouth.
I did not say that. I just said that was deep. I was just like, wow.
But I like educating you guys, but I like to give you guys the comic relief of it.
Yeah, we all do. But I just say I love this Black in America, this CNN thing. I think it's doing some good. I think it's doing some good. But I mean, they talked about also with you know, that, and this is one thing they said. They said even with a college education, a black man, yes, we both have. They said with the statistics they did with a certain lady from last year in Princeton for Black in America 2, Part 1, I'm sorry. She said that the men who go to prison are just as much likely, or the men who go to college and they're black have just as much as the same chance as a man who went to prison to get a job. I was like, whoa. I was like, thank God I don't believe in this world system. I believe in a spiritual system. That I ask and I shall have. Hey, thoughts in mind attract after their own kind. See, and stuff like that. It's like, I only take that to a certain point. So I say, you know what? There's something greater than the voice of people and man. And my creator, my spiritual advisor. Give me the destiny. You did not create me to be a poor, desolate person. What is the destiny you have for me to achieve, and let me go towards that? That's when spirituality kicks in.
And that's when he brought me into your life, because he knew.
You know what? But all I'm saying, it's good being black in America. You know,
it's great being black in America.
It's good. You can
I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change one part of my life.
We have so many.
The project to where I say now.
But black in America, we got to accept everybody. I mean, a lot of people. We got atheists,
we
black
can relate to everybody.
But I'm just saying, we got so many different, different people in black America that we can't just conglomerate ourselves and say, oh, this is black in America. We got the Buddhist blacks, we got the Muslim blacks, we got the atheist blacks, we got the Christian blacks, we got the agnostics. We got different blacks who have different alternative lifestyles. We got the
Jacksons, we got the Johnsons,
we got everybody. But it's like we're not monolithic. I mean, seriously, we're who we are. We're all different kinds. So I mean, you can't cage us down and just say this is the black experience or this is what you'll be, because one thing that's proven about our race is that through persecution and dedication, determination, and desire,
everyone wants
we make it. Seriously.